Greetings one and all, how's everyone doing? I hope very well. I'll be showing you a new tent. I have it here in the box. I haven't even opened it yet because I've been so damn busy. So we got, it's been sitting on a chair in my dining room for like 3 weeks, maybe 2. They reached out to me through email and they said, hey, are you willing to do a video for us? And I said, yeah. But then I got busy, so I wasn't able to take it out. So we got some pillow material. I probably shouldn't have a knife swinging in front of my face. That's not very safe. So, we got another box. This is the first tent of theirs I've ever actually even held or used. So, a little curious. Get rid of the stuff sack. And the tent stakes fell out. Let's just get this guy unwrapped. I got some drops today. Got a bunch of cordage. This is nice. I don't think I've ever seen black tent stakes before. That is a new one. So you get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of them. So 14 tent stakes. And those those plus pattern ones. It's got the orange. I don't know if that's reflective or not. It might be. It kind of looks like it is, but anyway, I like the color. See the door. Alright, so this is the WhiteHills gear. Wow, I can't even undo a simple knot. Well, here we go, WhiteHills. Okay, so I'm looking at the cordage here, and looks like you get 9 separate, looks to be about 6-foot long sections. So And there's no directions in here either, I noticed. Alright. I honestly can't say I'm too thrilled about the cordage. It's the same cordage that's in with my One Nice tarp. It's that black and white cord with these interesting, looks like they're tensioners, which I've not seen before. So okay, so what I've done here is I've just tied a simple loop over knot, and then I just ran it through, and this is all it only comes out this far. And on the other side, alrighty, so unfortunately I picked the worst location possible because there's like the ground here, it's like half an inch of soil, and then the rest is like gravel rock roads. So, and I don't have a big hammer to hammer in the tent stakes through all the rocks, so setting up has been a chore. Got this let's open this up. So here's the awning. We get the tent body here, and of course, not only is the ground covered in, not only is the underside covered in stuff, but everything underground is like these small little bits of leaf that's getting into the shelter. Well, I gotta say, I love the fact that it's got a big mesh screen, because it's been warm, but you could zip this down and have protection from bugs, which is really nice. So, and that certainly has a lot of tie down. It's just I can't stake it anywhere because of all the flipping rocks. I'd forgotten about that when I came out here, because I came out here because it was convenient, but if I was standing on a nice patch of grass, I wouldn't have this issue. So, the mesh screen, which would be nice for those who don't like bugs. I mean, who does really? I think it's safe to say nobody does. And then you can actually tie this part out so it acts as an awning. See if I can pull it back and show you. This thing pulls out, as you can see, like this. So you can have it up, tie it off, out of your way. Now I could go and cut a couple of sticks, but I think you get the idea. So, It's another angle. You have, you know, shade, potential shade. Also, if it was raining. Now this is tagged as a 3-season tent. So you could have shade from the rain. So you eliminate needing a tarp. Or if you had a secondary tarp, you could string that up over the corner of this. So you could have, you know, a much larger area to be in. Or you can just throw it back and get it out of the way. Okay, as you can see, I've got a rock holding the tent stake down. Now it's got this flap back here, and there's a mesh, which I'll try and show you in a moment, but you could tie this out. Tie this down with one of the plenty of stakes they give you. Can't tell if that's a good angle. I think you can see what I'm talking about. So you could cut yourself a bigger tent stake and actually prop this up. So I hope this shows up on camera because I can see it on the view screen, but right here there's a mesh strip. So if you tied this, you know, took this flap and tied it back and up, so basically the rain would be running off down to the ground, but your strip under here would still allow for airflow, which I think is a pretty nice feature. So by noticing there's no center tie out once again, and I don't see one on the tent body itself. Oh, but there is one right here. So probably one of the extra tent stakes they give you. So they have one right here, which you could pull this out and tie that off. So that probably wouldn't be so bad. And the pitch would be better if the ground wasn't so damn rocky. So let's all boo the ground. Boo ground, boo. Okay. So I'm going to sit here and blame the ground again because of the rocks. And it made it really hard to pitch a good tight pitch. So this tent is on their website. I will link it below. It's $99.90. It is 81.9 inches long. So let me say real quick, I don't know why inches is the industry standard when it comes to tent measurements. Why can't they include why can't they just put the feet? Just say 6 foot. It's actually 6 feet 82. So 6.8 is the length. Now I'm shorter now that I'm older at 5'7", so I should be able to lay in here without touching each side. And like I said, a tighter pitch, it would look better, and also the rain would run off better. So yeah, I'm blaming the pitch still. It is 44.75 inches. Now that's 3.72 feet. So 3 feet 7 inches, which, you know, is plenty wide for me and most sleeping pads. So, and with the tie-up flap for the awning, you can have your gear underneath, your pack, everything out of the rain, which is nice. And then it's 44.85 inches tall, so 3 feet 7 inches tall. It's actually 3.73, so 3.7 inches and you know, 3. So it's listed as a one-person tent, which I could see that at 3 feet, unless both of you are like. I mean, I suppose you could probably put a couple of kids in here pretty easy. On their website, it showed tent stakes on each side, so you would stand it up with a tent stake, and it's got a little grommet hole here. So I'm imagining you put the post of the tent stake here, put the handle down, you know, get it adjusted, the tent pole. I've actually got one in my truck. Well, anyway, and then just pull it tight with the pull it tight with the tent poles, and then just run it down to the ground. And they give you plenty of stakes, which is nice. Is the Baker style tent from their website. It's 210T Ripstop Polyester. So, and it actually feels pretty good, I gotta say. I mean, there's no tent poles, but you know, it came with 13 pegs and 5 guy lines. Now, I'm really disappointed in the cordage. So what I would do is if you get this tent, I think $100 is pretty reasonable for a tent, for a 3-person tent. I don't think you need to put down a ground sheet, but you certainly could put down a tarp, a 6-foot tarp, probably be fine. You can even, I would even run it out a little bit. So if it's 6'4", you'd have a 1 foot. So it'd be a foot hanging out from the front. So you can put your boots down, step on it, you know, kick your feet off, and then step into the tent. So, what was I saying about the cordage? Oh yeah, I would, if you get the tent, I would take the cordage and just trash it straight away and get yourself a package of, I would say, I would get either some paracord or some bank line might do fine, or just do a paracord ridge line for the top if you don't want to go with poles, and then do 2 more. So 2, I would go 4 25-foot sections, just so you have enough to go around the tree. I would go tree or pole, and then the 2 25ers pulled out. So you don't have a tree nearby, you can cut a pole and then just run it through, which will work. And you do have a nice little tent set up. Don't make the mistake I did, come to a park that has a lot of rocks, because you'll be sitting there going, oh, why? You know, it is what it is. So, yeah, so ditch the cordage is my suggestion, which is what I'm going to do. I might swing by a store I know. Wow, I forgot the name of it. Oh, Sportsman's Warehouse, and grab a hank of paracord. Yeah, you're having to buy other things to go with the tent, but I think you're going to save yourself a lot of headache by getting your own cordage. The tent stakes I'm not unhappy with. The bags I'm fine with. Yeah, and I think the awning is going to be a nice feature, because you could, you know, if it's not raining, you could either pull it up real high and get it out of your way, or just keep it level. You could probably even do something clever, like get yourself some mesh netting and do a little DIY and get yourself, so it only has to be 3 feet, I'd probably be about 3.5 feet high, and just run it around the perimeter. And,
Okay,
and
so
I'm
I'm
going to put all
the
the links, and I'll type out all the info in the description. You can go check out their website. Might run a little long on the end, but you know, it is what it is. As always, thank you for watching. And oh, I forgot to mention one thing, which I'll just do real quick here. Looks like they have little tie-outs, so you could probably just roll this up and just tie it off on the inside if you don't want it. So I did forget to mention that. So as again, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one, and hopefully I'll get out with this at some point and sleep